For 4 seasons, John Krasinski has played Tom Clancy's popular character Jack Ryan, and now what could serve as either finale or potential new direction for him, he's been given a feature film with Jack Ryan Ghost War. Anyone who's seen even the earlier movies, like the ones starring Alec Baldwin and Harrison Ford, will know this would probably involve Ryan trying to prevent some geopolitical conflict, and has to stop those seeking to cause harm to humanity. However, Ghost War does not come up with a particularly interesting story for him, as he runs around Dubai and London with guns a-blazing. Watching the movie without the Amazon series beforehand, there's at least a clear understanding of how Krasinski plays Ryan. There's a sense of how long he's been in this game and the toll it takes on him. Krasinski brings some of the charm he's known for in previous roles, along with how seriously he takes these missions he's ordered to go on. There's admittedly some intrigue early on as we see him go to Dubai and discover a potential plot that could affect the world. That's usually how these Jack Ryan movies start, but where it's ultimately taken is disappointing. There's a villain who continually looks to outsmart Ryan and his colleagues, but his plot never becomes more than the standard terrorist plan. While their few car chases directed with some level of energy, a lot of the film involves running around to try and reach somewhere in time, and because the characters don't become fleshed out and interesting people, that makes it difficult to get much thrill out of the situation. The most enjoyable scene that comes out of thwarting the villain's plot is not even one loaded with action, but instead an amusing use of old school computers. Although maybe that personal investment comes from spending 4 seasons with these characters rather than simply jumping into this movie. Eventually the film just descends into a lot of guns firing, and you need more than that to create excitement in the action sequences. The political talks also fall into the usual bullet points we've seen in many movies of this sort, although there is a still relevant message of how there will always be those who seek to harm others and the need to stop them. Ghost War does not go deep into the subject, particularly as it relates to global politics. Jack Ryan Ghost War might prove satisfying to fans of the streaming series, but to newcomers it's mostly a series of interesting action sequences. Outside of maybe Ryan himself, it does not develop much intrigue or excitement out of these characters, and the plot is a fairly routine stop the terrorist one. We get a few lines that address the geopolitics in the world, but that's largely pushed aside to focus on shooting guns at each other and watching serviceable but unremarkable fight scenes. Ghost War just does not develop the needed tension in Ryan's mission here, and there's little that stands out about this particular escapade.